relaxed Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, and I'm gonna prepare an easy and light Lebanese dish, right? And so it's not about what exactly is in the dish, right? It's not about exactly what you have, right? But it's about creating an experience through these light flavors, right? And so I'm doing it in a whole food, plant-based way, right? And so sometimes, like in the culture, in the Middle Eastern, Mediterranean culture, there'll be cheese, olives that have oil in it, and I won't have that here. I don't even have the pita bread, right? So I'm staying away from grains, but in the culture, pita bread is abundant, bread with cheese, sausage, you know, a lot of animal products. So I'm just doing a really light version of my whole food plant-based cucumbers, a little cucumber breakfast in a couple different ways. All right, so I'll tell you what I have here. I have cucumbers, and I have them already sliced in 2 different ways. So I have my cucumbers. I have some kale for garnishing and mint leaves. All right, so let's start in some almond yogurt. So I think I have to learn how to make my own, and then that means I have to learn how to make it from my mom. So I'll just have to get with her, right? That's pretty cool. All right, so the first one, we're gonna go with the sliced cucumbers first. So I'm gonna place sliced cucumbers on this plate, right? And so we're gonna imagine that you're serving this to people, right? So you wanna set them up on your plate so that you can present this, right? And so that's the other thing about this culture. A lot of it, the Middle Eastern, the Mediterranean, is a hospitality culture, right? So if you notice, your Middle Eastern friends, your Mediterranean friends, they're always wanting to serve you something, whether it's a drink, something to eat. It's about the experience, about the time you have, and it usually is surrounded with food, right? So food's a big deal, and it's about good quality, fresh foods. You know, even though this is whole food, plant-based, oil-free, thinking about the fresh olive oil that the Mediterranean people are known for, the fresh vegetables. All right, so I have carrots here, and I'm just gonna add my own twist to it because that's kind of like what I do here. This is what Rachel Detroit does. So I'm gonna slice up some dino kale, but I'm gonna keep it big, right? So I want these to be the size of like dino kale chips, right? So someone's gonna be able to pick this up, pop it in their mouth, dip it in some stuff, pop it in their mouth, right? So I'm creating an experience here on this plate. So I'm gonna put those dino kales in, and depending on how many folks you have, right, I'm doing a small one. So this would maybe be for like 1 to 2 other guests, and maybe, you know, and even just myself. This is a great platter for me, myself, and I. All right, so I have that there, and then I have some cabbage that I've already sliced, but again, I'm cutting it in a way that invites snacking on raw veg, right? So this is the experience I'm creating for people, although maybe they're not familiar with the plant-based appetizer experience, I'm offering it to them. So I have that. All right, so so we got that going. Let's get into our next piece. Okay, so we have this almond yogurt here. So you have a couple options. You can just serve it with this on the side. That's not that fun though. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drizzle this almond yogurt over our cucumbers. And so folks will need to use a spoon and not just put their hands there. So we're creating this drizzle. Okay. Got that. And then we're gonna sprinkle za'atar on top. Okay, and so what za'atar is, it's a dry herb, right? It's a Lebanese spice, a Middle Eastern Mediterranean herb mixture. And so there's thyme in here, oregano, sometimes basil, samat, which is like a lemony flavor. And then there's some toasted sesame seeds. This is really delicious. So I sprinkled that on top. And I'm gonna add some mint leaves, right? So setting them up, right? So my mom would always decorate a plate with mint leaves because it's about the experience. It's about what this looks like. So before presenting this plate to my guests, right, I wanna make sure it's cute. So, and that, you know, that's just the culture. That's just how you get it. You get your plates with little mint leaves tucked in the corner in all these ways, olives stuck in all different places, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and add some more veg to this. So these some sliced tomatoes. You know, and this is just, you know, it livens up the playing field, right? You know, incorporating new flavors, incorporating, and let's start getting into the value of diversifying the depth of the vegetables we eat, right? So this is the Mediterranean diet, which is a really, really bountiful diet, and the vegetables I'm accompanying it with cruciferous vegetables, so good for our body. And oftentimes we don't eat enough of them, the kales, cabbages. All right, so take a look at how cute this looks. This is our first little guy. I mean, that's beautiful, right? And, you know, and you can play around with it. Maybe you want to throw some carrot sticks on here. Maybe you do want pita bread, but this is so light. It's so good for you. So, and a lot of folks, you know, they're focused on weight loss. Well, look at that's why the Mediterranean diet, it's a light diet. All right, so that's our first one. Really easy, really simple. The second one I want to show you guys, oh yeah, and then I have some cracked salt and pepper, and you can, you know, sprinkle some on, pepper, salt, whatever feels good to you. All right, so that's our first one. And then the next one that I want to show you guys, I'm going to do it on a small scale because just one. Okay, so what it is your almond yogurt is the base. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in the base. And this is just a really delicious yogurt dip, yogurt snack that you can have at any time. All right, I'll throw a little bit extra yogurt in here. I'm actually not going to. I left the lid off and there's like something weird in there. So we'll pause on that. We'll keep flowing. Okay, so you could put as much yogurt as you want, but I hope I didn't ruin it. Okay, refocus. Okay, cool. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add, I already have some diced cucumbers. So I'm gonna add these in here. Yum. And do it to your liking, right? And you might think, oh, I bet she's gonna add some dill. And no, I'm not. I'm actually not gonna do that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop up these mint leaves. No dill. Not in the, I mean, yes, that would be delicious, but not in the Lebanese flavor, not in the Middle Eastern flavor, not in the Mediterranean flavor. We don't put dill in there, we'll put mint leaves. So I'm chopping these up real small, really nice, so that we get little bites, little bursts of flavor. Okay, throw that on top. I'm gonna mix all this, and I'm adding some salt here. So I have some cracked pink Himalayan sea salt. I'm gonna throw some of that in there. Again, it would be bigger if I didn't put it in the dump sink. All right, so I'm mixing this. And it's so delicious. I'm gonna add a little bit more cucumber, right? And you can do it to your liking. add the cucumber. Oops, there I lost some. All right. And so another cool thing is that this is really not much cooking to it. I didn't have to use a stove, no burner, nothing. Just really simple and basic foundational ingredients. And you can use it, you set this up and show it to you guys, and you can use it with, you know, it's essentially the same dish in a couple ways, right? All right, so we'll put a little decor on here, chop some mint on top. All my little pretty toppers are gone. Well, sometimes you just work with what you got. All right, beautiful. That's gonna do it for us. It's just a little bowl. All right, and it tastes really good if you put it on any type of pita bread, any type of bread, and just even eat it just as it is. It's so good. It's a little savory yogurt. All right, let me show you this one more time. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what you see, if you're into learning the Mediterranean cuisine, I'm doing a series right now on Facebook Live and YouTube Live on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe to my channel, watch the live, follow my page, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, signing out, Rachel Detroit. Take good care. Bye.